In this morning's shir, I would like to Be'ez Hashem cover a topic that's relevant in particular to this year, being that Tisha B'Av falls out on Thursday. What are the halachas Legabe Mutter, Tisha B'Av, and Friday? On a regular year, the Shulchan Aruch in Siman Tavkuf Nun Aleph Siv Dalet, Zok the Shulchan Aruch, La'achar Atainis, on a regular year, Matzah Tisha B'Av, Mutter L'saper U'Lechabes Miyad. You're allowed to take haircuts right away, Matzah Tisha B'Av. You're allowed to do laundry right away. That's the Shulchan Aruch, which that is the Dina de Hashas, like we already mentioned in last week's shir, 2 weeks ago's shir. There's a lot of different halachas and minhagim throughout the 3 weeks, the 9 days, Shavuos Shechal by Tisha B'Av. Some dinim are brought in the Mishnah and the Gemara, and some of the halachas, what we're noyig, is a minig. And it's important to know what's a minig, what's medina da Gemara. Learning on Tisha B'Av is a din da Gemara. Sitting on the floor is a minig. Legabi matzah Tisha B'Av, medin meikar adin, everything is mutter. Everything. La'achar atainas mutter, l'sarpa l'chabas miyad mutter. Everything is mutter. However, in Siman Tavkuf Nun Tes, Tavkuf Nun Chesif Aleph, there the Machaber says that he's a minig not to eat basa v'yayin. But Tisha B'Av, Leis Erev, the Beis HaMikdash started burning on Tisha B'Av in the afternoon and burnt into the 10th of Av. The Nisravat Shkiyas Achama B'yoyim Asiri burnt the whole entire of the day of the 10th day. The Meila Zakta the Machaber Pnei Kach minig kosher. It's a minig kosher shlei lechol basar for shlei lishtis yayin Tisha B'Av matzah Tisha B'Av and the whole entire Tisha B'Av, the whole entire Yud B'Av. So the Machaber says Lagabi all the different dinim that we have. These we don't haircuts, laundry, showering. Basar v'yayin, says the Machaber, we're noyig iser the whole 10th day up until the night of after Tisha B'Av, the whole entire day, and explain the Mefarshim, the Poskim, the reason why Basar v'yayin is a minig is, as we explained 2 weeks ago, that the reason why to Aser Basar v'yayin, why is it Aser Basar v'yayin? Because when the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, it was Butal Atomid, Butal the Nisach HaYayin, so that's why it's Aser. So Mamela, being that the Beis HaMikdash burned down on Yud B'Av, so Mamela, Zok the Machaber, it's a minig kosher not to eat Basar v'yayin, and the Machaber says not to eat the whole entire 10th day. However, the Ramah is makel over here. Even though we know most of in the 3 weeks to 9 days, it's always the Ramah is more machmer, extends it. Here the Ramah says that the Isser Basar v'yayin, the minig, is only at Chatzos. Hagah, v'yesh machmirim at Chatzos hayoyim v'lo yoyser, only up until midday. So this is all Legabe Basar v'yayin. What's about everything else? It's not mavur, not of the Machaber, not of the Ramah. They're speaking about the Isser of eating Basar v'yayin. What's about haircuts, laundry, showering? So that the Marshal, the Mishnah Berurah brings it. The Marshal says extends this Ramah legabe everything else also, which that is taka the minig up until Chatzos, Basar v'yayin, laundry, everything's aser up until Chatzos. So we have here, so to speak, 3 madregas. We have the Machaber says the Isser only Basar v'yayin is the whole day, 10th day. The Ramah says only Basar v'yayin till Chatzos. And then we have a third shita, the Marshal, that everything is Asr till Chatzos. At Kedei Kach, in regard to this third shita, to Asr everything till Chatzos, the Marshal, the Bir Halacha says that it's not so pashut. You learn the Machaber de Ramah, they only speak about Basar v'yayin, they don't speak about anything else. But Zok the Bir Halacha, b'kol mokum kosher lahakol b'zeh, which means everything else besides basa v'yayin to be mekel before chatzos kosher lahakol. That's taka the minig. Everything is aser till chatzos. Atkan on a regular year. A regular year, everything is aser till chatzos, basa v'yayin. It didn't minig, but it's aser, basa v'yayin, haircuts, laundry, showering. What's about a year like this year that Tisha B'Av falls out on Thursday? Zok Magen Avram. And the whole discussion this morning is all explaining and understanding this din of the Magen Avram. The Magen Avram says that if Tisha B'Av falls out on a Thursday, these halachas don't apply. The Magen Avram says it's Mutter Lekovod Shabbos. Mishnah Berurah brings it. Ukeshachal Tisha B'Av b'yoyim chamishi. This is the Magen Avram. She'az yoyim asiri erev Shabbos. A year like this year, Mutter b'chol zeh Lekovod Shabbos. It's Mutter. So now these two things that we're going to clarify be'ezus Hashem. Number one, when does it become Mutter? We just explained on a regular year everything is aser up until chatzos. This year, when does it become Mutter? Does it become Mutter right away, Matzah Tisha B'Av? This coming week, Thursday night, everything's Mutter? Or is it only Mutter in the morning? When is it Mutter? It's clearly Mutter, Lekovod Shabbos. So when is it Mutter? Is it Mutter already Matzah Tisha B'Av, or is it Mutter in the morning? Number two that we want to clarify, this that it's Mutter, Lekovod Shabbos, is it only if you're doing it Lekovod Shabbos? Or it's Mutter, of course they took away the Isser because of Kovod Shabbos, but even if it's not Kovod Shabbos, they never asked it b'chahai kavana. Want to use different words, Hutra and Dechuya, but is it the etzem that is an Isser even this year, Noyeg Isser, but when it comes to Kovod Shabbos, they were matter, or b'chahai kavana, they never answered? Just as a clear understanding in the second shaila, could one do laundry either at night or in the morning, even if it's not for Shabbos? Could you take a shower if it's not Lekovod Shabbos? So Legabe the first shaila. What was the first shaila? We wanted to know if it's Mutter, this Magen Avram, is the heter already by night, or does it only start in the morning? This is b'machloikis shnuya. The Shari Tshuva over here, Sivkot and Beis, which is speaking about haircuts. We're going to see soon that there might be a difference between what we're speaking about, between haircuts and laundry. The Shari Tshuva, the El Yerabah, Tavkuf Nun Tes, the end of Sivkot and Lamed Aleph, which is also talking about haircuts, and others, the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says everything, the Aruch HaShulchan, that this heter is only a heter from the morning. The heter is only a heter from the morning. Mi'idach, which means, lefi all of them, you could only start in the morning. Some speak only legavi haircuts, but the heter, Lekovod Shabbos, only starts Friday morning. Mi'idach, in Siddur Yavitz, he says that everything is mutter, miyad, right away Matzah Tisha B'Av. But everything, he lists out clearly, haircuts, wash, showering, laundry, mutter right away. Which goes, the Rav Falk, who's just nifted Machsel Yo, he has a whole long tshuva, and he goes very stark, Litzat Kula, like this, that everything is mutter already right away Tisha B'Av by night. But we'll see, we're going to clarify more about it. What do we have so far? Legabi, the first shaila, when does the heter start? Leil Matzah Tisha B'Av, or in the morning? It's a machlokes. When could you start doing what was aser, and in a regular year's aser till chatzos? When does it become mutter? This year is a mutter only from the morning, or it's mutter already from the night? These are third sad, and to make a difference between laundry and everything else. Which this is brought in a lot of the later poskim, the Heintige poskim, Rav Nissen Karelitz, in Emes Yaakov, Mepi Shmua, which is Reb Breslauer, brings also this, and others, the Lahiris Nasan, that they're makel legabe laundry already from by night. In other words, even though we said before that many say only from the morning, laundry is mutter from by night, and the reason for that is because it's Mavur and Hilchas Shabbos, and Shin Mem Beis. Mepnei Takanos Ezri is supposed to do laundry on Thursday, not on Friday. The reason for that is, being that laundry took a lot of time, you should have time on Friday, on Erev Shabbos, to prepare for Shabbos. Memela, you should do your laundry on Thursday. So then, brought in Shulchan Aruch. Memela, when it comes to laundry, this coming week, Tisha B'Av is Thursday, you can't do laundry on Tisha B'Av. Can't do laundry, but you should rather do it. You could do it Leil Matzah Tisha B'Av, better even than doing it on Friday. Yes, because Kavod Shabbos, because the Kavod Shabbos of doing laundry is to do it Thursday. So the Mela, they say it's Mutter. Some are Reb Shlomo Zalman's Mesupik. The Debretzina Rav Be'er Moshe says B'Shas Atchak. But the Pashtus and a lot of the poskim say L'tchatchila, it's Mutter to do laundry Matzah Tisha B'Av.
If someone the whole year is not matter and he does laundry on Friday, so then he still has this.
You have a very good point. You want to know if he never is he always does laundry Friday, can he do it here? So it's a good shaila. We'll stay with the shaila, but I think two things to point out. First of all, just because every year he doesn't, if the pshat is somebody is noyig every year, it wouldn't be medin to be'etzem do it Thursday. So then you want to do it Thursday. I hear you can eat a shaila, but B'Yesodi is supposed to do it Thursday. So just because every week he does it wrong doesn't mean he can't do it right. L'chayra. But I think a little bit more also, you could even see a little bit more tzad kula, being that it's after Tisha B'Av and it's overloaded with laundry. So you can hear that there should be more of a tzad. But right now with the machines, the pshat is on I'm saying a regular week it could be more makel, because pshat is you put it on Friday morning, you just push the button. But here, being that person is behind with laundry for 9 days, you can hear much more of a tzad, even on a regular year when you do it Friday, regular week.
There's another nafkamina between the two cases, because at laundry, you're not going to redo the laundry again before Shabbos. Not sure you came in the shower. When you're taking a shower Thursday night, it's your coffee, you still take a shower.
Shlomo Yosef, what you're pointing out, really, we're going to get to. That's the part two. To say, is it only if it's Lekovod Shabbos or not? We're not speaking about that b'chalal. We'll get to that momentarily. We're talking about when you're allowed to do laundry. Forget it. Let's say laundry that it's klor, not for Shabbos. You have your suit, you have your cleaner shirt, you're doing laundry not for Shabbos. We're not discussing yet if it has to be for Shabbos. The second shiloh, we're discussing b'chalal, is it mutter already Thursday night? So we saw some say only from Friday morning, some say the Yavit says everything from by night already. Some say a lot want to be more lenient and say it's mutter when it comes to laundry. We're going to soon see if it has to be for Shabbos, but already from by night.
You cover Shabbos after Chatzot?
Legabe what?
Shower.
Most definitely so, but we'll get back to that. I hope to Be'ez Hashem remember your shaila very good. Legabe, it's negay if, let's say, someone's not going to be able to shower. But we're not holding yet about doing the Lekovod Shabbos. We're just talking about when is a mutter, the time frame. Is a mutter by night, is a mutter by day? That's really the discussion right now. We're not holding yet Kavod Shabbos. Important to separate it because it's two separate discussions. Obviously, they're going to overlap because there's certain things, and even in laundry. Anyway, so we have three to start them from when it's mutter, everything by night, only in the morning, or maybe laundry is more lahakal. This third sad means that these Lekovod Shabbos are mainly allowed to do it earlier, but it depends. Laundry by night, what the Magen Avram says, Hakol Mutter Lekovod Shabbos, laundry is by night, and everything else in the morning. Now, like the Olam already started handling, now let's go into the discussion, Legabi, if it has to be Lekovod Shabbos. As we explained before, it could be that because of Kavod Shabbos, we never instituted that minig of after Tisha B'Av, and maybe it's mutter legabri, or maybe it's only mutter, whatever you do, only Lekovod Shabbos. a very clear nafkamina, like Shlomo Yosef mentioned and was discussed before. Let's say taking a shower, whether if it's mutter by night or in the morning. If you want to take, let's say it's mutter in the morning, but if you're going to take a shower in the morning, but then take another shower in the afternoon, so then that shower in the morning is not Lekovod Shabbos. It could be you'll take in the morning Lekovod Shabbos. Let's say you're going away, Shabbos Nachmu, you're going away. You're leaving at 10 a.m., it's a long trip, but you get there, you're not going to be able to take a shower, you want to take one in the morning. Yes, Avad, it's more Kovod Shabbos to take it after Chatzos. We spoke about it one of the previous years when Rosh Chodesh fell out on Friday. We spoke about when the showering for Shabbos Chazoin, but yes, it could be, but let's see if you want to take it in the morning. Does it have to be dafka if it's a Lekovod Shabbos? So then you want to take a shower in the morning, and then you'll take another shower. Or even if we said these stadim, the Yavit says that everything's mutter by night already. But is it mutter in a way that not Lekovod Shabbos? But just to point out, it's all based off that because of Kovod Shabbos, and we just want to know, even if it's not Lekovod Shabbos. Even if it's not Lekovod Shabbos, could you still do it? But often, when it comes to Basar V'Yayin, I think the Aruch HaShulchan says it, when it comes to Basar V'Yayin, that is Aser Til Chatzos. That doesn't go into this discussion of today, of this week. Basar V'Yayin never had the heter because there's no tzarech Lekovod Shabbos. There's no tzarech to be matter Basar V'Yayin Lekovod Shabbos, and Memela it's Aser Til Chatzos. What we want to know is laundry, because of Lekovod Shabbos, taking a haircut, showering, is it mutter even not Lekovod Shabbos? What did you say? So good point. First of all, you could do it after Chatzos. Elamai, tell me, you cook already Thursday night, Friday morning. So Lamaisa, you could do ti'ibi even on a tinus and you spit it out. That's not matter to eat Basar V'Yayin. Good, yeah, good or end. Yeah, that's... Ti'imu also is yesh lod, and we spoke about it also. Ti'imu on the 9, in the, let's say, the thing, pashtus, it's not mutter. Pashtus, you could do ti'imu just tasting and spitting out like on a tinus. Pashtus, I don't remember now, maybe there's a marmokum that says that you're allowed to have to check again, but pashtus, I'm saying now also, there's an Isser of Basar V'Yayin in the 9 days, and one's not allowed to eat Basar V'Yayin, Tayamel. So, is it mutter is it mutter even not Lekovod Shabbos? So legabe laundry, as we mentioned before, there's a more of a tzat kula on laundry. Reb Nissen Karel, it says that it's mutter to do laundry. We said before, even from Thursday night, but it's mutter even not l'tzarech Shabbos. So these different things that we're discussing, laundry, Reb Nissen Karel, it says it's mutter already from Thursday night. We said before, but even not Lekovod Shabbos. Be'idach, Reb Shlomo Zalman says that no, it's only mutter Lekovod Shabbos. Again, we said Reb Shlomo Zalman says could be even only from the morning, but it's only mutter Lekovod Shabbos.
So every individual checks for himself. Lekovod Shabbos, so not just go.
No, meaning to say is you have to taka do Lekovod Shabbos. What you're putting into the machine has to be what you're going to doing Lekovod Shabbos.
That means you can make a full load that one article of clothing is enough to be Lekovod Shabbos?
Oh, very good. Good, you brought it up, Taka. Shlomo Zalman himself says, once you're doing the load already, he says with a svara, because people don't do an empty load with one shirt for Shabbos and you have other things, so you could put in already for the week also. That's what he says. But sirif that a machine is much easier. But once you're already making the load with clothing that is Lekovod Shabbos, you can already fill it up with things that are not for Shabbos. But hamiyu, to start to do any laundry, there has to be something inside that you're doing a Lekovod Shabbos. B'idach Rebbe and Karel, it says you don't have to, so it's a machlokes. Machlokes if you need a Lekovod Shabbos. Lagabi haircuts, that's not really negeya to discuss, because whenever you take the haircut, it's automatically going to be Lekovod Shabbos. You're not taking another haircut, so that's l'chari. Whenever you take it. Whether we saw this machlokes by night, maybe from the morning. We saw some say only from the morning. Pashtus, it's more chamer, maybe not to do it by night. I guess the discussion would be legabe showers. That's like really what the handlerai is. And that's really an open shaila. Again, Legabe laundry, we saw it as a machlokes, but could be laundry is more kuladik. Or Mr. Corral says you could, firstly, you could do it already by night, and you could put in any laundry. Showers, if it's not Lekovod Shabbos, that would be this shaila, is it mutter? If it's Lekovod Shabbos, for sure from the morning, which means if someone's going to go away for Shabbos or whatever reason, he's not going to be able to take a shower Friday afternoon, or maybe even for whatever reason he's already so desperate for a shower, he'll do it already in the morning. But if he's doing that shower Lekovod Shabbos, that would be mutter lekulam. About it is more of a Kovod Shabbos doing it in the afternoon. So just to sum up and to conclude, we have over here like this. We had two shilas. One shaila is lagabe when it becomes mutter. So we see it's a machlokes if it's mutter already by night or it's mutter only in the morning. We see much more to be makel lagabe laundry only. That laundry already is mutter by night. Then we had another shaila lagabe if it's mutter only Lekovod Shabbos, or it's mutter b'chol ofen, and that also we saw at least lagabe laundry is a machlokes. Legabi the Iker Achidush of the Magen Avram, that the Magen Avram says Lekovod Shabbos is mutter, and we saw that a lot say it's only Friday morning. Legabi haircuts in our Goyes Baruch Tam, he doesn't understand the Magen Avram. He says, why do you have to say that it's mutter to do it Friday morning or maybe even Thursday night to take a haircut? Why can't you take a haircut Friday afternoon? Doesn't understand. It's a davar tema on the Magen Avram's hatter. The Eishel Avram also, he doesn't say it as a davar tema, but he says, why can't you take a haircut? Other rabbis say you take it after Chatzos. So even though we have the Magen Avram, which the poskim go with it, that it's a milsa the pshita, that it's mutter, the question is just when. Some question the Magen Avram's heter Lekovod Shabbos. Why is there heter Lekovod Shabbos? Avada Lekovod Shabbos, but do it after Chatzos Lekovod Shabbos.
Not to make a difference if it's not after Chatzos or if it's before Chatzos. It's happening with Lekovod Shabbos. The Rav argues on the Ramah said that it's also until the neck. Like gathering in there would still be a film between.
Interesting what you bring out, but Lamaisa the Machaber only speaks about Basa V'Yayin, and Basa V'Yayin, the Machaber says is Asa Kol Hayoim. I would think Lefi the Machaber it's Asa Kol Hayoim even this year, Friday the whole day it's Asa B'Basa V'Yayin.
The Ramah also looks like
Yeah. We're really all discussing only the Marshal. Very good. The Marshal's going, I don't know if he's going B'Shitase the Haramah, but he's also going with this musig of up until Chatzos, which means, when Taka said it before, even on a regular year, I don't think there's any shita to say that the Machaber that says the whole day, who then everything else is the whole day. This makor of answering everything else is the Marshal, and the Marshal says till Chatzos. Good, he's going with the Machaber. You want to know in Lamdis, if you're a Svardi, you go with the Machaber, and then you want to go with the Marshal, should you extend it the whole day? Pashtas not, because the Marshal says his din were noig till Chatzos, which, like we mentioned, the Bialacha says it's even somewhat of a shaila. The Machaber and the Ramah don't hold of it. Atkan, and this is the shir, but just to conclude with a Tosfos, this whole discussion of minig and how vaited and the Mechaber and the Ramah, these are Tosfos about it. You're probably all looking at me, why didn't I start with the Tosfos? That's really the Mahalach, but we'll see Tosfos, it's not Klor the Tosfos, but Tosfos and the Lamed and Tainus, Loshen HaTosfos, middle of the Tosfos says, Aval Heicha Dechal Tisha B'Av Behei B'Shabbos. A year like this year when Tisha B'Av falls out on Thursday, Mutter Lechabes, you'll have to do laundry, Ulesaper, Mechatzois Ve'elach. You'll have to do laundry and you'll have to take a haircut from Chatzois. And Tosfos says, V'pnei Kovod Shabbos, the Ein Lahamtin Ad Erev Shabbos, and Pnei Terecha Shabbos. So when is Tosfos talking about that? Tosfos says that it's mutter from Chatzos, the Pnei Kovod Shabbos.
Right. It's to be on Thursday because no one holds Friday after Chatzos. Even the Mechaber doesn't hold.
Lagabe everything else, and it's also a later. It's a Mechaber Ramah. Mamash, like you're saying, even Tosfos himself says the Ein Lahamtin ad Erev Shabbos, meaning to say is obviously he's not talking about Chatzos of Erev Shabbos. So when is Tosfos talking about? Tosfos talking about Thursday. So Tosfos is saying that Thursday on Tisha B'av you can take haircuts and wash laundry for they cover Shabbos.
Maybe he means during the 9 days of Shabbos.
The Beis Yosef understands Tosfos that he's talking about on Tisha B'av, from Chatzos of on Tisha B'av, and the Beis Yosef says V'davar Tema. The Goyen also says it can't be, but that's how the Beis Yosef understands. Brings the Kosvu Tosfos. V'davar temu lahater lachabes ulasapra b'yom Tisha B'av atzmoi. Back and forth, he says it can't be. But the Beis Yosef understands that the heter of Tosfos is on Tisha B'av, but he says it's not shaykh. The Bach understands Tosfos, that Tosfos is talking about Erev Tisha B'av. Erev Tisha B'av after Chatzos, which means this year, Wednesday afternoon, you're allowed to do laundry, you're allowed to take a haircut, Lekovod Shabbos. Like what Tisha says, the Ein Lahamtin till Erev Shabbos, or Pnei Kavod Shabbos. So obviously Tisha doesn't mean on Tisha B'av, Tisha means Erev Tisha B'av.
Does that mean from Miyad after Tisha B'av you could also do it, since you were able to do it from before?
Well, Maisa, Tosfos says what Tosfos says, that from a Chatzos ve'elach. So you want to know if Tosfos says that you could do it Erev Tisha B'av after Chatzos, then you could do Matzah Tisha B'av. Medina, before the Mechaber and the Ramah, everything was Mutter, Matzah Tisha B'av. So the Tosfos didn't need to be Mechadash. Matzah Tisha B'av, you could do it. Mechaber Ramah also hold everything's Mutter, Matzah Tisha B'av. It's just a question of maybe earlier. So the Beis Yosef understands Tosfos on Tisha B'av. The Bach understands even Erev Tisha B'av. L'maisa, la'alocha, the Magen Avram. This is a different Magen Avram. The Magen Avram says not on Tisha B'av, not Erev Tisha B'av, it's from after Tisha B'av. But as we saw, the Magen Avram, this is what we started this year, this is what we'll end this year. The Magen Avram says that Lekovod Shabbos, not what Tosfos on Tisha B'av, Erev Tisha B'av, after Tisha B'av is Mutter. However, we saw the Shaila is when does the heter start? By night? Does it start by day? Even if it starts by night, or if it starts by day, is it only Dafka Lekovod Shabbos? But Al Kaponim, from after Tisha B'av this year will be different, being that it's Lekovod Shabbos. Have a wonderful Shabbos.